can't you?
Yeah.
Great, love it. I believe there's a Wi-Fi in this corner here somewhere. It's very limited, but it's in that corner there, apparently. Dom Burch, are you waiting in the wings, Dom? Have you presented before? No. No, it's for the first time. This is great that we've got so many first-time presenters at Bettakultcha. You know, this is a great venue. So, let's start the applause this side of the... Okay, let's do it.
Right, ready when you are, I think.
Okay, go.
Right, my name's Dom Burch. This is the story of my life. I didn't realise it was going to be the story of my life until about 2 weeks ago. And then something happened. And that something led to another thing that led to another thing. And then I realised I've always been like this. And it was quite a weird thing to get your head around. This isn't a sales pitch, but there is a big but. When I come up with an idea, I actually think it's the best idea in the world. So much so, my heart starts racing and I think I might be a millionaire in the waiting. And that when people hear my idea, they're going to be really, really excited about it. The problem is, then I have an even better idea, and I start to forget about the first idea. And I might have already done something with the first idea, and I've handed it over to somebody thinking they're going to take it, and I'm going to be a millionaire, and everyone's going to love my idea. And at this point, my heart starts racing again. It's quite bad. I probably needed like a beta blocker prescription from my dad. Had a heart attack when he was young. Listen, don't worry about that. 1994, repetitive beats were being banned. I came up with an idea at Glastonbury to have a silent disco. Never did anything about it. Then when I worked at Direct Line, it had nothing to do with my job. I had an idea of hosting a fashion show on the London Tube at Disused Railway. And basically the models would get off the train, walk along, and get back on a train, and then they'd go. I thought that was brilliant. It was genius. However, coming up with ideas first, I didn't come up with that idea. But imagine if you had, and you didn't turn it into Facebook. So just being first with an idea, there's no guarantee that you're actually going to do anything with it. Which is a good job really, because I come up with ideas second as well. I thought I was going to have a Yorkshire version of eBay, and I was going to call it eBay Gum. That was genius until I realised somebody already owned the website. I'd come up with a bad idea second. How annoying is that? It's not the only bad idea I've had though. This is another one. I want to set up a luxury hotel where money's no object. If you're so rich, you'd pay £12,000 a night. Nothing is worth £12,000 a night. But if you've got that sort of money, it is, because other people can't afford to go there, and that's what you're buying. Isn't that brilliant? Alright, what about this one then? Condiment cooler. Whose fridge looks like that? I actually bought the website, condimentcooler.com. Am I laughing? That is genius. It's the kind of thing you'd get at back of a Sunday Times magazine, you know, the gadget magazine. That's the kind of person who'd buy it. Problem is, Twitter came along. It's so easy to set up Twitter accounts. Did anyone hear about the Ashes? There's a lady who lives in Baltimore, and everyone was tweeting her during the cricket. She got a free trip to Australia because she was getting so pissed off, and Qantas jumped in. I thought I'd set up 2014 Brazil, hoping someone would take me to Brazil. There's 2 followers to that account, one of them's me. The other one was Bradford Rocks. I wanted to do a rock festival in Bradford. Bradford gets a bad name. I wanted to do a Bradford Rocks. I even spoke to the council about running that, and then I got bored and didn't get around to doing it. Now this is really good. If you're on a night out, you get really pissed, you don't know what's happened. The next morning you really want to know. This app would work out where you've been. It would tell you if you've been on the table, and it would delete everything at the touch of a button. The morning after chill pill. How good would that app be? I need that app. When I was 36, I came up with 37 resolutions. I didn't come up with them all in one go, but I came up with a blog called Resolution 37. One of those ideas was to write a book on a midlife crisis. I know, Kate. I didn't get around to doing it, but it was going to be called How to Enjoy Your Midlife, full stop, crisis, what crisis? You see, what happens is, I never actually get round to finishing them. So 2 weeks ago I thought, I'll write a book for non-starters like me, called The Incomplete Starter. If you're not a completer finisher like me, that's the book for you. I'll just write the idea, I won't finish it, and then I'll pass it on. This is a good idea. Darren Brown and Dynamo were both bullied at school. If your kids were bullied, wouldn't it be brilliant to send them away to a school where you learn how to be a magician and you can trick the bullies once and for all? So what happens is, I write headlines. I've worked in PR for 15 years, I can't help it. I write the headline, but I can't be asked to write the press release. And that is the story of my life. However, don't worry about that, I can't remember what the next slide is, but when it comes up, I'll tell you the next bit. Some 20 seconds, there's a guy called Gal, he sat there, he didn't know I was going to show this slide. I met him 12 years ago. He runs a company called Great Ideas Group. That made me think, I should set up a company, and I shouldn't call it Great Ideas Group. You'll have to wait for the punchline. I should call it mediocre ideas. I paid 62 quid for that joke. I was really hungover and I was on the way to BCB. I volunteered at BCB and I thought, I'll buy the website and I'll tell Gal I've worked for 5 years. He set one up called hilariousdom.com. So here I am. After buying that website, I thought maybe I should do something about it. Maybe I should get up and fess up my soul. And I saw Bettakultcha on Twitter and I thought, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get up and tell you about my mediocre ideas, because I actually think it's a really good idea. But what I found out is these things. I need to surround myself with people who might want to take my ideas and do something with them. I'm going to share every idea I ever have. I'm going to stop holding on to the dream of fame and fortune. It is an overrated idea in its own right. The fun is in the creation, not the completion. And I actually spent mediocre wrong on the last one. Mediocre ideas. I'm Burch.